lovely people, it's Obaa Yaa. If you're new to my channel, I say welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning back in. Our natural hair tends to be pretty much drier compared to other types of hair, and when it's winter it's even more dry. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to combat dryness and breakage during winter. So if you're interested in knowing what you're supposed to do or what you're not supposed to do, then stay tuned. And now, without any further ado, let's dive right into this video. Since moisture is what our hair needs the most, it is very important that we enforce moisture into our hair. That is why it is important to do deep conditioning treatments. Deep conditioning treatments, like the name says, it's a deep conditioner that penetrates deeply into the hair shaft and moisturizes the hair deeply. Make sure that when you're choosing a deep conditioner, that you choose one that is suitable for your hair type. For me, the porosity level of your hair plays a vital role when it comes to what kind of product you have to choose. So for instance, someone with low porosity doesn't need deep conditioners that contain much of protein, because low porosity hair tends to be protein sensitive. And if you are doing deep conditioning treatments on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, and you are low porosity and your deep conditioner contains a lot of protein, you might find that your hair will start to dry out because of the excessive protein. If you have high porosity hair, your hair actually does need protein, and then if you go to purchase a deep conditioner, then you have to look out for a deep conditioner that actually do contain protein in it to help strengthen your high porosity hair. Another thing that would very much help with how your deep conditioner penetrates is using a steamer or using a heating cap. Especially with low porosity hair, it is important that you apply heat so that the deep conditioner can actually penetrate into your hair. Once you use a steamer or a heating cap, your cuticles open and it allows the deep conditioner to actually have it easier to penetrate into your hair. Whereas if you don't use a heating cap, you'd have to leave the deep conditioner in your hair for a longer period of time for your cuticle to lift up enough for the product to be able to penetrate into your hair. I don't have a steamer, but I do want to get one. But I recently got myself a heating cap, which I'm still trying out. I've used it once so far, and I'm still going to be using it more frequently, and I'm going to do a review on it later on when I've used it enough to really tell whether I like it or not. It is also very important that you moisturize and seal your hair properly. Sometimes we moisturize our hair, but then we don't seal in the moisture, so the whole moisture that we put in our hair evaporates quickly, and that is where people find that their hair becomes drier or their hair breaks, because dry hair becomes brittle, and then when it's brittle, it breaks. Brittle, whatever. And therefore, if you moisturize your hair properly using the proper moisturizer, so when you go out to choose a product, make sure that you're choosing the moisturizer suitable for your type of hair. And then once you figure that out, also make sure to seal your hair properly with thicker oils and butters. The oils and the butters that I like to use to moisturize my hair or to seal my hair are shea butter and olive oil. Occasionally I might use castor oil, but yes, these are the oils that I tend to use. My leave-in of choice has been aloe vera gel for the past year. And if you watched my previous video, you would see that I used my daughter's hairline because I ran out of my aloe vera gel, and the particular gel that I've been using was out of stock, and I didn't want to order a different brand, which I don't know anything about. So I'm waiting until they restock, and then I'm going to purchase more. But for the time being, I'm going to be using either my daughter's line or the melanin hair care line that I got some time ago. So I like to do the LCO method or LBO method. For me, the butter is also a cream. I don't know, but for people, there is also LBO. There's LCO, LBO, LOC, so many L's. Basically, you have to choose which of these L combinations work for your hair. Especially when maybe we are going out and we want to put on a hoodie, or we want to put on a cap or something like that. Sometimes you just throw on the hat without even thinking about it, that the hat could dry out your hair. But it is important that before you wear anything like that, it's either you put on a satin bonnet, your satin scarf, or you purchase hats or beanies that are already lined with satin. If you find it irritating having to wear your satin scarf or your satin bonnet before you have to wear your hat or something on top of your head, then purchase a hat or a beanie that is already lined with satin to save you that extra step. I rave about protective styles. If you've watched me long enough, you know I rave about protective styles all the time because that is what has helped my hair to grow. And especially during winter, it is best to leave your hair alone. I would say it's best to leave your hair alone because with the cold winds, cold air, and the cold rains and everything, we would expose our hair to too much of drying air, and that would leave our hair to dry out, which means our hair will easily break off. So to avoid that, you can just put your hair in a simple protective style. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. You can just throw in some jumbo twists, jumbo braids, or you can just throw your hair in cornrows and put on a wig. That is also something you can do. Or you can just put your hair in buns, like they're not tight buns like this. This is a very, 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 very loose bun. And it's like, I was kind of going for a messy bun look, whatever. And my edges are not sleeked, which I usually don't do anyway. So very simple. It doesn't put any tension on your hair. You just make sure that the installation process of your protective style doesn't cause more harm than good, because it would be really sad if you were to install your protective style, leave it in, and then take it out and to find that your hair has more damage than before. And lastly, make sure your hair is clean. It's a no-brainer that it's important to keep our hair and our scalp clean, but it's especially important during winter. If we keep slapping on products on top of our hair, it's easier to have buildup during winter, especially if you are low porosity. So you have to make sure to wash your hair regularly. Wash your hair and your scalp frequently to avoid buildup, okay? For somebody, washing the hair frequently is once every week or twice in a week. Some people do that. I wonder how or wonder why, but for me, washing my hair twice in a week is doing the most. It's doing the most. Before I used to wash my hair once a week. I pushed it now to twice a week or every 3 weeks. That's my frequency. And if I feel like, it also depends on how much of product I use in the month or how much heavy product you use in the month. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it and you could pick 1 or 2 things from it. And if you did, then don't forget to give it a like, to subscribe if you haven't already, and also to turn on the notification bell so that you are notified when my next video goes up. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. See you again in my next video. Stay blessed, stay healthy, and stay safe. It is your girl, Obaa Yaa. Obaa Yaa. Obaa Yaa. Bye.